Man, it's just something about that theme song that gets me going.
So
Peace and
smooth.
blessings. It is your boy, Eli Rax, aka Vibes, and welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And thank you for spending your Tuesday night with us, guys. And of course, man, I got my brothers in the building. If you guys don't know by now, I don't know what to tell you. But of course, man, I got right here my guy, Mr. Glass Half Full. Speed, if you nasty now. Mr. 21 Bears too, but we'll talk about that. And I got my guy, White Jersey, aka Blue Jersey, aka Damn It Daniel. And we got El Jefe in the building, baby. El Jefe too, man. Like you gotta wear that Jefe.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't even know who I am anymore. There's just too many different versions.
Too many.
I just saw you with the fucking Bruce Lee wig on. I don't know. We're gonna get into that eventually. Right? I don't know what that was. But guys, thank you for showing up, man. And guys, we have a special guest in the building coming on a little bit later. Yes. Ryan Dunleavy of the New York Post. So, you know, we got some stuff to talk about because we've been in them Twitter streets. So we're gonna talk about it today with our guy here, man, friend of the show. So, of course, guys, I'm gonna go around the room, man. We are 2-0. How was your freaking weekend? And I'm gonna start with El Jefe. What is going on, man?
Phenomenal.
You look great, by the way. You look fucking great, by the way.
Yeah, right.
Yes, look good.
Phenomenal weekend. Sunday was one for the ages. Me and Spiro were at the game. So much fun. I saw this guy handle his beer like an absolute champion. Coming from an Irishman, I was very impressed. He held his own. He was a tank. He looked stout. He looked beefy. He looked buff. He looked beardy. I mean, he just had it all going for him on Sunday. And then the Giants, I got to tell you.
Stop. Enough about me.
No. I got to my seat just as kickoff happened, and I was rowdy. Like, we drank beer all day. My Snacks was making everybody do Captain Morgan shots. We went through 2 handles of Captain Morgan. Sheesh. And then my buddy makes Red Bull vodkas right before we go in. So I am zooted walking into this stadium, dude. And I get to my seat and kickoff happens as I'm like walking into the row. And I just start screaming at the top of my lungs, fumble, fumble. As the guy catches it, he runs like 10 yards, pops out, fumble, Giants ball. So like I was on my seat. Like I was this guy to the crowd.
Yes.
Like, I was like, I was so good. Couldn't have had it.
Nobody talks about that Cam Brown play. He busted up that coverage. I don't know if you guys want, because I have to watch it on DVR after I go to the game, especially after that many beers, especially so. But Cam Brown blew up some dude, and then he tripped up the returner, which allowed I forget who it was to poke out the ball, and our boy Belton coming up with the fumble recovery. First play of his career. No big deal. You just you're at the top of the mountain at that point. You just can't. It doesn't get much better than that. But man, what a game! What a start to the game. Momentum was on our side from Jump Street, right? It was awesome.
It was.
Hell yeah! And guys, listen, man. I'm gonna just recap my weekend. 2-0, 2-0 since 2016. Guys, come on. I feel amazing, man. I feel great, man. This feels good to be a Giants fan. And Coach Dayball, Joe Shane, and Wink freaking Martindale, and we'll get into this today. But guys, my weekend was amazing. I was walking into Monday working. I'm chilling, bro. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. And shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Thank you for spending your Tuesday night. Load up them questions, load up them comments. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and please share. It's New York Revival, man. We're trying to make it. Yeah. We're trying to make it here for you guys.
Listen, Carter Coughlin poked out that ball. This is why we have the best commenters this side of the Mississippi. Right. They are right on top of it. And listen, I want to say one more thing. 2-0, first time since 2016. We got a chance to go 3-0 for the first time since 2009. It's 2009.
That's crazy.
I mean, that was eons ago, man. So let's get after it. It's Cowboys week. Let's get going today, man.
What the hell was I doing in 2009? I have no idea what I was doing in 2009. That's how long ago it was.
Living in Hoboken.
I think my son was born. My son was born then. It was awesome. But guys, I want to do a couple things, guys, because we had some freaking fun, man. We actually set something in the internet on fire, and everybody started doing it along with us. We did If the Giants Win, I Will challenge, or the Giants Win challenge, and we had to create something, man. El Jefe walked into Lowe's in his El Jefe uniform. Speed had to drink 21 beers, and I had to rap. I'm not a rapper, all right? But I just want to go.
I think
you're not going to be able to say that much longer, buddy.
Yeah. That was a one-time.
It's a one time.
You
It was
got
a one time. Who knows?
Cat's out the bag now.
I mean, you gotta. I don't know. You gotta do it more. That was good, dude. I listened back to that no less than 20 times. No joke. I was playing it at the tailgate. I was playing it for TK on the way there. I'm like, listen to this. Like, you keep saying he's not a rapper, but I think you mission accomplished of setting the bar low and then fucking stomping on that
coming out guns blazing. Let's go.
You know what? That is a trick that I do, man. It's like you set the expectations extremely low. Then when it's just okay, it seems like it's skyrocketing.
Well, you're a humble dude, but I know, like, when we were having beers at our spot in Staten Island, and after a few, we were like sharing each other's music from back in the day, and Eli was like, he gave me a bunch of tracks to listen on the way home. I'm like, this guy's a fucking rapper. Like, you are a rapper.
Yo, you got some lyrical talent. Yeah. We got on our hands right here. That's why he's the MC, man.
Guys, listen, enough about me. I want to talk about Speed's 21 beers. I want to talk about the El Chefe, because this freaking guy's doing a jump ball in the middle of next to barbecue grills and a fireplace.
I almost won. Number
one, number two. Shot. The fact that he jumps that high and this guy was like 8 feet tall, I was like, I don't know if I feel bad for the 8 feet tall guy, or is Hefe really this athletic, man? But take me through this, man. How was it going through there? How was the people freaking just accepting you as El Chefe, bro? Take me through.
It was a little bit nerve-wracking going in there because I didn't know if a staff. I mean, after 30 seconds, a staff member could have been like, "You got to get the hell out of here, asshole!
Right,
like, what are you doing?"
This shit.
So I didn't know what to expect. And then we just happened to run into the best possible employee. Oh my God. And then the most random dude. Right. So like the stars aligned. It was all in all a 5-minute visit. Like, it was really, really fast. And me and TK were just walking out of there like, what the hell just happened? Like, I can't
lightning in a bottle. That's what happened,
man.
Yeah,
it was no, because I realized if I had went to the store any other time, any other day, the experience would have been different. So we went at the exact right time, and it was just so funny. And I got ups. I think I won that jump ball.
That was.
Yo, you did, bro. Yo, where the hell you get these ups from, man? Once I saw that, it went back to the 40-yard dash. Well, for talking Giants and all that, and I'm like, this motherfucker's athletic, man.
Hey, I'm a former basketball guy. Okay, I got my weak side rebounds and my power layups. Okay,
Let's go. Tapping the backboard, layups and everything. Let's go.
Now, I just want everyone to know. Literally, I called Spiro the next day after the game, and I was like, "Yo, bro, are you alive?" like no lie, by like number I say 13, he was like, "Let's go."
It got a little slurry. At that point.
It got slurry, bro. How are you feeling, man? To let the people know, it's 21 beers, a suicide mission. Good Lord.
Well, listen, I told everybody was so worried about me. I was like, guys, this is not my first rodeo.
You were very relaxed.
I've done this, not maybe 21, but I've gotten close before, I'm sure. I lost count a couple times, but I think, I started at 9 o'clock, got a lot of my drinking from 9 to 4. You saw me in like beer 16, 17. Once I got to the stadium,
17 was easily my favorite. That was amazing.
You cut. There's a couple of edits. I should have the whole video, like me just pouring beer all over my face. At 17, I'm just barely propped up, like we're good. And so it was a long haul. But we did it. I had some friends everywhere. I stopped by everybody. Like, I had the good vibes all around me. Nice and hot out. Had to hydrate constantly. Got some water in me. Ibuprofen, and I'm good to go, baby. I'm good.
And he was drinking Red Stripes. He was drinking Kona Big Waves. He was shotgunning Miller Lights. It didn't matter.
Shotgun in there.
It didn't matter.
Dude, I called him the next day. His voice was like Barry White. He was like, "Yo, bro." Like, he was just adamant. And I was like, "Yo, Speed, are you really okay?" He's like, "Yo, I do this a lot. Don't worry, bro."
We're glad you survived too. You did more.
I'm definitely glad you survived, bro. That was torture. So this week we decided. Thank you, man. And this week we decided to take a little bit easy because, man, going in the lows, 21 shots, and me rapping was just insane. All right,
we came out hot.
So we came out burning hot. Like you know what it was? I think we didn't expect that win. Maybe. Like, we knew we could win, but we didn't expect it. So we had to go hard. But this week with Carolina, we went a little bit soft, guys. I got to do 38 push-ups because the Giants. Yes. I got to double a Spiro here. And Hefe, what was your challenge once more?
I have to kick a 40-yard field goal.
That's
40
pretty
yard
dope. I can't wait to see that.
I need to see that, like, practice first before you record that.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
I wonder how it takes.
I haven't done it. I haven't tried in 8 years. And the last time I did it,
field goals.
Oh, that's true.
I
didn't successfully do it.
No, not great, but
it was very windy in Jersey City that day.
Balls going towards the goalpost. Let's just say that.
Hey, listen, you better call our guy Lawrence Tynes to get this thing happening, man. We got to figure out how to, stretch out.
Some tips.
You're gonna have to.
I'm gonna request his feedback on my form and whatnot, but I think 40-yarder should be relatively easy.
Are you sure, bro?
I'm not sure at all.
No.
Okay.
But I said I was going to do it, so I'm going to.
Hey, shout out Tuto. It's my boy. He's a Jersey guy. He's a Rutgers fan, so I had to shout him out. Hey, Tuto is always on our
good vibes.
videos.
Good vibes on our
always
YouTube
bringing
channel.
the good vibes. We love you, man. We love you.
So, guys, listen, and the only one that's really big major is that if the Giants win, I will challenge. Is Lawrence Tynes. He's giving out 5 personally autographed posters of him kicking us into the Super Bowl back in Lambeau Field. So, guys,
fantastic.
We're going to give it out to some of these winners here. Keep them comments rolling. Keep them comments coming in because we're going to pick somebody out of these comments of 5 people to get the honor of hand autograph, which he should be recording it sometime this week, of a football, of the Super Bowl kicker. Kick this into the Super Bowl. Come on, guys. You can win this thing. Put them comments coming. DM, not even DM us. Just put a comment underneath these tweets here, guys, and all these YouTube stuff. And come on.
Come with it.
You can win.
Come with it.
All right. So, guys, what an incredible week, man. The Giants went through it. We beat Carolina, man, and it was an ugly win. It wasn't really flashy. It wasn't really great, but we won and we got out of there, right? But I just want to go around the room, man, because I think there was one unsung hero here, right? And if we had to give a New York Revival game ball, who would it be? And I'm going to ask the both of you guys, and I'm going to start with El Jefe. Who would you give out the New York Revival game ball to as far as coaches is concerned?
Oh, I mean, I was going to say Wink, even if you didn't say coaches right there.
I think
I'll go somewhere else. Yeah, he beat me to it.
I figured. And I think we're unanimous here. I mean,
we are, but
as far as coaches go,
yeah. Well, I'll let you, Jeff, go on your.
Jeff, go ahead, finish up.
I just mean what he's done. I mean, we knew, in the preseason and the practices and stuff, we would see what a headache he was causing for the offense, and it led us to believe that the offense sucks. But it turns out the defense is just creative and aggressive, and it's really good. Like when Julian Love got home on that 3rd down blitz, that's exactly what we were seeing in practice. They couldn't block them. They were confusing the shit out of our offensive line on a daily basis. So now you're seeing it in real time. I think Wink is brilliant. I have no idea how long we can hang on to him, because he probably wants a head coaching gig, but damn, he is such a good thing for the New York Giants at this time right now, changing the culture.
It is.
I agree.
It's a game changer. His attitude, and the boys at Giants Insider, shout out to them. They call him a tank commander. Like, he is just like in charge. He wants everybody to be loud. He's like a motivator. Man, he's so much fun, and he just blitzes all the time. Doesn't give a shit. Like, prevent defense is not a word in his vocabulary. He doesn't know what it's about. He just brings it all the time. So shout out to him. But I want to give someone else props. Thomas McGahee, the special teams coach, turned special teams around, because special teams had a very good game. Gano went 4 for 4 with 2 50-yard kicks. Coverage changed the game right off the bat with forcing that fumble on the kickoff. Like, the punting was better. Give him props. But obviously Wink wins this. But shout out to Thomas McGahee for getting that troop back.
Eli, what do you got? And then I got a question for Spiro, since he was at the game too. But go ahead,
absolutely.
Eli. I want to hear your feedback.
Yeah, I just want to say Wink, right, will be the unsung hero at this point, right? This guy's doing a lot, missing two of his star edge rushers, as far as Kayvon Thibodeau and Azeez Ojulari. He's missing 2 of those edge rushers at this point. So he's doing a lot. And just when the secondary, we thought was going to be terrible, they're playing pretty well. They're playing pretty well according to the schemes that he's designing up. You know what I mean? And the fact that they held on to 2 running backs that are elite in this league, as far as Derrick Henry and CMC, and just held them down. They didn't really have any big, huge gash or gains in this defense. Like, guys, they really put the ball in their quarterback's hands. Wink had a plan. Okay, let's see if Tannehill's going to beat us. Let's see if freaking Baker Mayfield's going to beat us. And they couldn't. So shout out to Wink Martindale, man. Like, you gotta applaud that man. Again, missing 2 pivotal pieces in this freaking defense, man. You got to give the revival game ball to Wink. So Wink Martindale, I don't know if you're watching this, but if anyone knows Wink, we're going to give him the revival game ball of this week, man. So shout out to Wink Martindale, man. So shout out to that, man. But go ahead, Hefe. I know you had a question for Speed there.
Yeah, and Wink must be just like drooling about getting Aziz and Thibodeau in the mix. And things he can do. And I'm going to keep the vibes good because the Giants won, and that's what we should do. But the vibes in the stadium were, at least where I was, dude, they were rough, man. Like, they were rough because it started out electric, right? Got that fumble, then it was a field goal. Then we got the ball back, field goal. And you just kind of like, all right, come on, offense. Like, Gano going 4 for 4 is why we won that game, and special teams. So, and the defense, right? Like, the offense had one good drive. There was so much frustration in the stadium. And this is just honest feedback. This is not my feedback. Right. That in the stadium, people were yelling for Tyrod. They were booing Daniel Jones. Oh. They were pissed, dude. The offense, and this is like Carolina. You know, it was kind of like they're begging you to just go beat their ass, and we just wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? So it was a frustrating vibe in there, and then it was like we squeezed it out. Vibes were good again.
Right.
People were. It was a party again. Leaving the stadium, everyone was like, vibes were great, but it was very tense in that stadium for the majority of that game.
I can see that. Well, you were down with the bougie, rich folks. You got a little bit more uptight. Us up there in the 301 nosebleed. Shout out 301. We had a good time. We had a party going. But no, I understand what you're saying. Like, we came out like when we got the fumble and had a chance again to go up like basically 10-0 at the very worst. The fact that they kept selling for field goals, it took a little bit of air out of sails. I will 100% say that. But once that third quarter drive by Daniel Jones, once he put that together, I thought the vibes were back after that. Like, we had to just get one drive. We needed to see a touchdown. For the love of God, it feels like we haven't seen a touchdown at MetLife in eons. So, second time I've used eons, by the way, in this podcast. Right, we're only
17 minutes in. Hit your quota nice and early,
buddy. Here's the thing. That's how long it's taken since we've had good vibes. It feels like forever. But Jones finally put together a drive, and you get the flash of what this offense can be. Man, there was open wide receivers all day. Jones missed a lot of them, but you saw a good scheme, and that's what I've been looking for. That's what I'm looking for this year. You'll get your new quarterback if you want next year, most likely. Yeah. Just look for good schemes and good coaching and good adjustments. And hey, if we get a couple wins in the meantime, awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this, man, and I know people were probably like booing and calling for Tyrod Taylor, but you got to throw a little blame on the offensive coordinator, just a tad bit, right? Because down in that 10-yard line, this guy's doing reverses. It looked like Jason Garrett's offense out there again, right? So he's doing these motions, and then he's doing these reverses, trying to get cute down there. And I think that was the downfall for both of those particular drives. I mean, don't get me wrong. We can critique Daniel Jones and how he needs to get better, and which we'll go into, which is a whole nother thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I think we'll wait a bit. We'll wait a bit. But what you got to say Mike Kafka, he is a rookie offensive coordinator, right? He's his first time calling plays ever. But, it's just no need to get cute. Go with your guy, put it in Saquon's hands. Let's see if he can get you down to that goal line. And then you can shove it in with either him or you got Daniel Jones run that Tom Brady quarterback sneak to bust that goal line open to get you those points there. It's just, why be that creative that close to the end zone? At that point, Kenny Golladay. That's what I was questioning. I was like, is Kenny Golladay going to be that guy? Or is Bellinger going to be that type of guy to go up and get the ball too at his frame and his height? So, again, it's like, why do all of this other extra stuff? And you have those type of guys that can win you possibly those 50-50 balls. You could have easily turned around Kenny Galladay's whole energy at this point within the Giants organization if you would have just tried to aim at him once, in my opinion. Or Bellinger, right? But, again, I think he got too cute. And that's what stalled out those drives. And, of course, we could break down all the other stuff, too. But, guys, I want to do something because Speed's been asking for this for a while, and I'm going off script here. I'm going off script.
I'm so unprepared for this. I don't know.
I know y'all unprepared for this, right?
I don't know if I can.
Eli always throws his curveballs. I love it.
I do. And I love it. Right? Check this out. We're going to try hard to not mention Daniel Jones's name, all right? We're going to either use DJ
Can't use
no
DJ.
reference.
Oh, you can't use
Daniel,
DJ?
Can you say
no
quarterback?
Jones.
Can you say quarterback?
You could say quarterback. You could say Duke quarterback. You could say, just dumbass or whatever you can say. Just don't say Daniel Jones, DJ,
here's
or
why.
Jones.
And here's why, viewership, right?
Tell them why. Yeah. Tell them why. We had to talk about this.
It's because the toxicity around that name. It's like you can't say Trump. Right? Like, literally, it's like everybody's like taboo on certain things. So
politics and freaking religion, you can't say it. And Daniel Jones amongst the Giants fan base.
So every time we say Daniel Jones tonight at this show, we got a drink. So that's the show. That's what we're gonna do tonight. Daniel Jones, I'm gonna drink now.
Yes.
But I want to go through this. I want to go through this here because they killed El Jefe on Twitter today when he showed that graphic, and rightfully so, El Jefe. I'm gonna back you up here because he. By the way, there's a next gen stat. Shout out to Asher, man, who put that stat out, and I saw that tweet that Daniel Jones is the #1 quarterback that has time in the pocket with 3 seconds, and then it trickles down to the other top 5 that are in there. But after seeing that graphic, and I'm like, what are you holding on to the ball for? And shout out to Asher, man. And I'm like, what are you holding on to that ball? So, please go follow the Get Back. Awesome freaking content from my man Asher over there, man, for real. So go give him check him out over there on his YouTube channel when it's up and running. But awesome stuff he put out, man. And I was just like, yo, if he has that much time, and then Jefe puts out this graphic, I was like, that is so just. Like, I thought that graphic was freaking amazing. But Jefe, just walk me through, man. How has the freaking Twitter land has been treating you today, man? And Daniel Jones.
It was just another reminder that at the mention of the sweet prince's name, people will come chasing after you with swords in hand. And it doesn't matter if what you said is fair or just. You just can't criticize him because people will fall on the sword for him, no matter what. The guy can do no wrong whatsoever. And I got to tell you, there is a difference between watching the game on TV and watching the game in the stadium, because when you watch on TV, like, I'm not talking all 22, you get every angle and everything. I'm talking, they focus on the line of scrimmage and the quarterback drops back. When he throws the ball, that's when receivers come into frame. What you see being in the stadium, and I was like 25 rows up or whatever, corner of the end zone. I watched this game every snap, and I saw guys open regularly, and I saw guys flying around, and I saw the quarterback rolling to his right, and I saw Bellinger wide open, and the whole stadium starts like he had so much time to get it there, and it was impossible. I had no idea what he could have possibly been looking at. So it's really frustrating, and that's just criticism. Like, he escaped the pocket as he should have. Did it crumble? Sure, it happens to every quarterback every day. But he got out of the pocket as he was supposed to, but he's not seeing things. He's not seeing the field right. Something's wrong. And it can get better. I'm not trashing him. I'm just saying there were a lot of chunk plays left out there. A lot of money left on the table there.
Yeah. Let me play devil's advocate here. I just want to say, there are plenty of plays that he left on the field, and that's calls for optimism, like you said, Jeff. Like, that is the good part. I will say, he is looking down at the pressure all the time. And honestly, can you blame him that much? Because of 3 years of bad offensive line play, his eyes go straight down. Now, is he ruined enough to where he can't come back from that? I don't know. We'll find out in the next couple of games. But right now, he's missing those plays because he's looking at the offensive line that's beat the shit out of him for the past 3 years. He's got to gain trust in them. He's got to take risks again. He's got to take risks again, man. Like, that throw was not quite open right at the time. It's the same with the Shepard throw, like in the red zone. Those are tight throws that you have to just gun it. Just trust yourself and gun it. And that also might come with time in the system. Maybe he doesn't trust himself yet in this system. He's had Judge and Garrett beating into his brain. Don't make that throw. Don't make the tight window throw. And again, can he come back from this? Probably not. We're not going to. Nobody really expects it to happen. But I got to give him until like another couple games, because this is a new offense. He's learning new routes. Doesn't know exactly where everybody is. You have Shepard saying the wide receivers are running their own routes sometimes, so they don't know exactly what's going on. So let's give him a little bit more time. He's our quarterback this year. We just got to live with it. That's all I gotta say.
I say this, man. Why you can't have criticism for the players on your
roster?
You
can. I don't know. Are there people that saying you can't crit? Like, are there?
Oh, they were after me today.
Pal. Oh, they killed them.
No,
like, why?
I know, listen.
And listen, and I understand we're winning. I know we're winning, and I'm happy we're winning. But if you think about it, right? Is it? We could be winning by a huge margin instead of for these tight little games and depending on somebody to miss a field goal wide left. Or having that one play which Daniel Jones, to give him credit, he ran it and extended the drive to where we could finally win the game, right? But it's just why we can't look at things and say, well, hey, he could have did this better. Same thing the coaches would do, right?
Yeah.
So why can't the fans do that? Why does it have to be such a harsh attack?
Yeah.
That's such a good point. What do you think Dable's doing watching film with Daniel Jones like right now? You know what I mean? Like, they're talking about the missed opportunities, but fans can't. Yeah, because you're trashing. Yes. No, it's just missed opportunity. But we're winning games while not playing our best ball. So, like, once the offense catches up to the defense, the fact that you're stacking some wins early on is the best possible scenario. Mm-hmm. This is like the best case start for the Giants.
100%.
Escaping with wins. But, like, just watching the Bills play the other night, granted, they're the cream of the crop, Super Bowl favorite. But they are men playing the same sport in the same league you are. Like, it's not like they're from another planet, right?
It feels like they are.
But they smelled blood in the water, and they stepped on their throat, and they beat them down, and they threw deep balls, even though they had a 2-touchdown lead. Like, that's how you make a statement. So, like,
I agree.
We have to get closer to taking those shots and playing to win, playing to score points. Like, he's being a little too conservative, but I think he's in a constant state of being uncomfortable, right? Like his whole career has been uncomfortable. So
the line's not exactly doing him much justice to begin with either. They're not exactly pass blocking great. I know the time. I see the time there. It feels like he's under duress a lot. I don't know if he's causing a lot of that because he's holding on to the ball. But again, we have you reference Buffalo. You got Stephon Diggs, Knox, Gabriel Davis, and Josh Allen, the best quarterback in the damn league. In the same offense, so what I'm trying to say is we're like you said, I feel like we have to preach more that like there's upside here if he can figure this out. You know what? There's upside here if he can figure it out. And I feel like one side's too freaking defensive, and the other side, they just go after. Yeah, he's abused stepchild. He is. He might not have it left. He might not be in him anymore.
Well,
he might have taken too much.
I don't know if he was his stock ever as high as after his first career start. Did you ever feel that we had the guy more than after his first career start?
Oh my God, it was electric. It was so
electric. Like we have a mobile quarterback who just ran in for 2 touchdowns. He was confident.
It's been beaten out of him.
The Giants ruined him. Regardless, he's the quarterback for this year. They're going to let the wheels fall off with Daniel Jones.
That's what we need to get across.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Keep winning games.
And by the way, I've been keeping tabs. Y'all been saying a lot of Daniel Jones, and I haven't seen any drinking. But I'm just saying, guys.
You're right.
So, guys, I want to say this, man. Before we are done, let's just move on before our special guest comes in as well. Guys, we're going to look ahead into Monday, man. And boy, oh boy, it is going to be a great game. You're talking about division rivals. And shout out to Julian Love, man, who was asking the fans to come in and wear white. This is going to be a whiteout. Even Coach Daves sent the email to everyone, season ticket holders, to say, hey, let's have a whiteout. Let's get this going. So, guys, I just want to ask for your thoughts and your predictions. And I'm going to start with you, Mr. Glass Half Full. What is your thoughts and predictions on this Monday night game, man?
Man, I think the crowd's going to be into it. I think, always Monday night, the crowd gets enough time to get there, have a good time, get drunk. I think they're going to bring it with the whiteout. I think, listen, Cooper Rush, there's tape on him now. I feel like that offensive line can get exposed with our blitzing. Please just bring us Aziz or Thibodeau back. One of the two. I'll take one of the two. Thibodeau, it seems closer. If Thibodeau plays, the Giants will win. Another close one. I'm saying 26-20 Giants. 26-20 Giants. Win at home. Go to 3-0.
Wow.
3-0.
Wow.
First time since 2009, baby. Let's go.
I don't know if anyone's keeping notes, but the Revival guys have picked the Giants to win every week.
Every week.
Damn right.
I ain't stopping now.
We ain't stopping until the fucking wheels fall off of this, baby.
I won't stop, baby. Let's go.
You know what this game is going to be like? Exactly like the first two. It is going to be back and forth with our defense keeping us in and our offense kicking field goals, maybe one touchdown, and it's going to come down to the fourth quarter at the end, and I think the Giants pull it out again. I think they do it again. And it's going to be 21-20, 24-23.
Yeah,
like it's going to be right there.
It's a grind.
Again.
It's a grind.
Like that
is
is
grinding right now.
Like I think Jones will. I think the quarterback will. Yes. I think he will light it up more and more as the season goes on. As after like the Packers, Ravens, and that schedule softens up, maybe he starts to relax, gets more comfortable. I could see him throwing the ball all over the yard. I don't think it's going to happen against the Cowboys, unfortunately. It would be an amazing statement to make.
Yeah.
But Micah Parsons is an absolute freak.
Andrew Thomas versus Micah Parsons. Fun to watch.
It's going to be awesome.
I think he handled Micah Parsons last year, so that's encouraging. Yeah. But the dude is among the best defensive players in the league, unfortunately, and it's going to be tough to keep him at bay all day long. But it's going to be another grind out win that the Giants pull out 3-0.
I'll say this, guys. All right, and I feel good about this game. Something just gets me all tingly inside.
You have the good magic, baby.
I have the good vibe, man.
Yeah,
I think the offense gets it together this game. Ooh. I think the offense is going to put up points.
You don't think they're going to get
Tony.
The mythical 30 points. You don't think we're going to get to the mythical 30?
I don't think we'll get to the mythical 30. But I would say
we're so close.
I would say it's going to be a 21-13 Giants.
Oh, okay. Right? Low scoring.
And it's a low scoring, but I think the offense will finally start to see these guys put some touchdowns together. I think we'll see Kadarius Toney finally hit this end zone. And I actually see, man, Saquon having a day as well, man, and killing it. So I think, man, it's going to be a good game. But I think the Giants 21-13, man, and I think this is going to be convincing enough that no longer we are the worst undefeated team. We're going to make that statement Monday night.
I want to be in that graphic all season long.
Dude, I will gladly be in it. Hey, Eli, we do have our special guest here. We got like 15 minutes left for you guys. We got a very special guest. Eli, you want to give him the good word?
Do the honors, please, brother. Do the honors, please.
No, you're so much better. You're so much
better.
So, guys, just to let you know, man, we have a very special guest into the building, man. My guy and your guy, Mr. Ryan Dunleavy. Round of applause! Round of applause! Round of applause! Round of applause!
The only Giants fans giving me any applause this week.
And we'll get into that, brother. We'll get into that, of course, man. But first off, I just want to say thank you for coming on the show and giving us your time. And welcome, man, to New York Revival, man. I'm happy to have you on. Thank you so much.
No problem. Like the show. Love the videos. Going to Walmart in a chef's costume. It's pretty cool.
Listen, man, we had to do.
Worth taking out 15 minutes from the Bachelor season finale here, guys.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. So we'll get you going as soon as possible. And my apologies, I even interrupt the show there. But Ryan, before you leave.
I'll tell my wife you're sorry. No problem. I said you got to give me 15 minutes for these guys, so I could see it's on pause.
We appreciate you, Ms. Dunleavy. We appreciate you, and glad to have you here. Right.
So before you get out of here, Lawrence Tynes did this as well. We did. What if the Giants win? I will. So just think of it now. Because what Lawrence Tynes did was is going to give out 5 autographs. Now, I'm not expecting anything that big, Mr. Dunleavy.
No.
But maybe you could do something for us, at the end of the show. So just think of something. Okay. Let that brew for a second. But I want to start with the light ones first, man. Let's get right into it. I'll say this, man. You've been in the Giants training camp pretty much this entire summer, this entire offseason, and this offense is coming into a very slow start. Just by looking at it this whole offseason, would you predict that this offense would have started this slow during the season, in your opinion?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I'll own it. I picked the Giants to go 4-13 when the season started. Wow. They're halfway there. So,
Getting there, baby.
You're gonna get 4 wins. So you're right
Shout
about that.
now, if you ask me now, this is why going back to your if the Giants will, you ain't getting anything great out of me because I think they're gonna win. I think they're gonna be 4-0. I really do.
Let's go.
I think they're gonna be 4-0. But anyway, yes, I did see the offense struggling this much. I mean, it was a struggle all training camp. Really, Daniel's only really good day was the joint practice against the Jets. The receivers he was throwing to were, Richie James and David Sills and guys that aren't on the oh God, help me out. Who's the guy who had the Alex Bachman? Like that's who he was throwing to all training camp. And you're sitting there and you're thinking, well, this is useless. This is how it was last training camp too in 21, because he's throwing all these guys and then the games are going to start and he's not going to have any rhythm with the receivers who are playing. Well, lo and behold, those are the guys who are playing. He's throwing to the guys he was throwing to in training camp because Galladay's not playing or Tony's not playing. Shep obviously was hurt most of training camp, but Richie James got the most targets week 1. David Sills played almost every snap week 2. So he does. So unlike last year, he is throwing to the guys he was throwing to. So actually if I'm being honest, guys, they've gotten off to a better offensive start than I thought because that's how low the bar I thought.
Wow. Yeah. That ain't great.
But one thing I will say, and I'll be very clear about this, I don't have to change sides of the table because I was always on the Saquon was still a great player bandwagon.
Yes.
I picked him to win comeback player of the year. Nice. I told everybody I could to pick him in the first round of your fantasy draft. Saquon Barkley was very clearly to me a player who was held back by injury, was going to be better his second year after ACL, still had the explosiveness. To use Saquon's line, I don't have to change sides of the table because I've always been seated where I was sitting.
We respect that.
Great point. I went to practice a couple of times and he just looked so explosive and healthy. And it was like, he's back. Like you could just tell his confidence was totally back. And you have some fans here, Ryan. Great name, by the way. My son's name is Ryan. Massive salute to Ryan from Tuto.
So I'll say this, man. I got another question too. Wink Martindale's has been on fire. This defense, I think, exceeded expectations. For your opinion, man, what do you think is behind the success of Wink Martindale's system? What do you think? Because it looks amazing. The DBs are playing well too. Who'd have thought?
Here's what I'll tell you guys. Every coach says this. They all say, I'm going to play to the strength of my players. And then
they don't do it.
And I've covered high school football. I've covered Rutgers football for 7 years. I've covered the NFL. I covered some Jets, cover a lot of Giants, some leagues. I'll go to playoff games every year. The games start, and sure enough, the coaches start jamming round pegs into square holes. And they start to feel the pressure. They start to lose, and they go with what they know. And Wink Martindale, that first game, I know the Pro Football Reference says he blitzed 48% of times. It didn't feel like he blitzed 48% of the time. Felt much less. It felt like he adapted his game plan to what needed to be done for the Titans. The second game plan, it was like, whoa, Austin Calitro is going to play 48 snaps for this team. You sure you want to let go of Blake Martinez? And then Austin Calitro plays 5 snaps, and McKinney and Julian Love play inside linebacker the whole game. Adoree Jackson travels with I forget the Titans' number 1 receiver week 1. He doesn't travel week 2. Basically, the Cordell Flott and Fabian Moreau are on DJ Moore, so he doesn't match up with the number 1 receiver.
Shut up, Flott.
So basically, it's a different defense each game, and that I think is what's making it successful. Is everything the Panthers watched on film in week 1 was totally irrelevant.
That's brilliant.
That's great.
And that's the brilliance of Wink Martindale, man. Like, it's just, again, the fans thought it was a little bit a lower expectation because we lost James Bradbury, etc. And that DB room and that defensive backs, they're playing very well. Like you said, man, just the fact that he can switch it up, it's amazing, man. Shout out to Wink Martindale.
Setting the tone, man. He's setting the tone, and he's aggressive all the time. He doesn't go into prevent defense, which it's just music for our Giants fans' ears. Like, we're sick of well, listen, we love Patrick Graham, but you watch what Patrick Graham did last week. Raiders played back on defense. Arizona came down, and it's a slow death. And now, Wink is taking it to him. It's a change of culture, and we love that about him. He's coming to New York.
couple things. It wasn't just the fans who were down on the defense. I didn't think they were going to be very good either. They're less talented than they were last year. That's not even a question. But they're playing better. The schemes are better. The effort's better. Sometimes that can make up for it. And two, they have played Ryan Tannehill and Baker Mayfield. If they're going to be this aggressive week 5 against Aaron Rodgers, they're not going to be 5-0.
Hey, we got Cooper Rush and Justin Fields on tap, man. We still got the back quarterback coming, so let's take advantage here.
Like I said, 4-0 is very realistic.
Let's go.
That's crazy to even think. I'm sorry, just to hear that out loud. It's just crazy how quickly like coaching, the difference that a couple of good coaches can make is crazy.
I just want to ask. This is just a little bonus question. The difference between Dayball and my guy, forgive me, good Lord, why can't Joe Judge? Forgive me. Yeah. The difference between them on that field during this training camp, what's the difference? Like, as far as your opinion, like, is there any similarities in there, or what do you think Dayball brings different from a Joe Judge as far as this training camp?
Listen, I am a Joe Judge fan. I think Joe Judge got a very raw deal here. Okay. I'm going to say it like it is, right? He came here. He was told he had 4 or 5 years to get things in order. He would not have done some of the things he did if he knew he was, coaching for his job in the second half of the second season. So,
like QB sneaks sit around.
The coaching staff was playing a quarterback at that time that the other people in the building wanted, that the coaching staff wanted less than them. Let's say that. Okay. So my point, but to get back to your question, look, it's a much looser training camp. It's a much, but here's the thing, right? Like, everybody's, Joe Judge makes offensive coaches run laps. This has to lead, get up in the morning. Well, some of the coaches ran laps under Brian Daboll. He wasn't like it just became this narrative out of control that Joe Judge wanted to be Bill Belichick. So like that became a big deal. People forget Brian Daboll has a lot of the same philosophies. He spent more time under Bill Belichick. He's
guy too. Yeah.
Yeah. He spent more time under Belichick than anybody else. But because he didn't come right from New England, he came from Buffalo. He gets this pass on like having some of those Patriots tendencies. It's a much looser camp. The players have talked about how they're having much more fun. I take that kind of with a grain of salt, because if they felt that way, then they sure hit it until after Joe Judge was fired, because in all of December they weren't saying it. Now all of a sudden they feel like they can say it. So I do take it with a little bit of a grain of salt of like, yeah, well, now that you have no repercussions, you can say it. So but yes, it's a much looser camp. It's a much they weren't grind. That the players' bodies. Talking to player, here's something I'll say. The players' bodies feel much fresher at the start of this season than they felt at the start of last season.
But Daboll's getting after guys, though. You saw him yelling at Daniel Jones.
No, that's not a
pushover.
That's another thing, guys. Joe Judge, behind closed doors, was very hard on guys. Never criticized anybody in a press conference. Never was really caught criticizing anybody in the public eye during a game. Behind closed doors, he was very critical.
Right.
But he protected his guys. Brian Daboll, as we've seen,
he did not give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, he won't tell you anything about an injury. He'll tell you a guy could show up with 2 broken legs, and he'll tell you he's day to day. But but when it comes to actual play, he'll assign some blame, and then we've seen him on the sideline chew some guys out. So he's not afraid to light a fire under guys. Part of that, I think, is it's inherited guys. I'll be much more curious if in 2023 or 2024 when he has his Will Levis or whoever, if he treats him the same way.
True.
That'll be
very true.
Agreed. So let's get right into it, man. Oh man, Ryan Dunleavy, man, you got Giants fans going crazy this past couple of days, especially with a tweet. It garnered Julian Love to respond, but I think, and the Revival guys think as well, it kind of misinterpreted here. All right. So with that being said, just give us the inside of your attentions of that tweet pertaining to Kenny Golladay clearing out his locker and hitting out of Dodge, man. But
clear the air.
Just walk us through it, man.
This is your time.
Yeah, clear the air, man. This is your platform. Go right ahead.
All right. So let me start with what my job is. I covered the Giants as the main beat writer for NJ.com and the Star Ledger for 2 years. Paul Schwartz is the main Giants beat writer for the New York Post. I'm his caddy, so to speak. So on a game day, I do sidebar. So Paul writes the game story, the great comeback. Ian O'Connor or Steve Serby writes the big picture column, and then I look for the sidebar angle. So for that game, maybe it's Julian Love with a sack. Maybe it's Kenny Golladay not playing. Maybe it's Saquon Barkley's, he didn't have 172 rushing yards like week 1, but he also didn't have one of those games where he had 5 carries for 3 yards where you're scratching your head. Like, you just look for like a smaller part. Maybe it's a game-changing play. Maybe it's a rookie. You look for a smaller part of the game to blow up and write. That's what my job was. So the 2 things I said I was going to do were I'll do Saquon Barkley and I'll do Kenny Golladay. So you have to wait 15 minutes to go in the locker room to after a game, a cooling off period. I go in, Kenny Golladay is not there. His locker's empty. So I'm standing in the locker room and I tweet that Kenny Galladay is not here. His locker is
that was factual.
His locker is empty. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I tweet. My mistake is, my mistake is I forget that I know much more than the millions of people who have never been to an NFL practice, to an NFL locker room. Players have practice lockers in Quest Diagnostics training facility where they keep all of their stuff. And then they have game day lockers where the game day locker is empty all week until they get there in the morning. They put in their suit, their watch, their wallet, whatever, and they clear it out at the end of the night, at the end of every game. At the end of every game day locker is empty. My intention was to say his locker is empty, as in he's not here, but he's also not in the shower. He's not in the training room. He's not, anywhere else in the building. He ain't coming back. You ain't hearing from him today. He's gone, was my intention. So when I said his locker was empty, it was like, that was my way of saying anybody who's waiting to hear his reaction to playing 2 snaps, you're not getting it today. He's gone. So I said his locker was empty. Then other people who, you got to be smart about this when you're a writer.
Give him a telephone.
Other people, some with bigger Twitter audiences than me, are quote tweeting over it with their takes and their interpretations, which of course they're entitled to do. But then that gets misconstrued as, oh, I'm saying he's getting released. I'm saying he's getting cut. I was just saying you ain't going to hear from him today. But as has been pointed out to me many times, why didn't I just say you ain't going to hear from him today? I don't know. Because I saw something and I tweeted. It was like dog crossing road. I'm going to tweet dog crossing road. That's what I'm seeing an empty locker. I'm going to tell you I'm seeing an empty locker. I didn't think it was going to be about, I didn't think about how it was going to be interpreted. That's my mistake.
Had you said John Feliciano's locker was empty, nobody would have blinked an eye. No. But it was the timing.
Who gives?
It was the player. And it was just perfect storm of just.
Well, again, Julian's right. Julian's locker was empty too. He was, by the time we got in there, he was on his way to New York to go do Bruce Beck's show Sunday night. So his locker was empty by the time we got in there too. I just happened to not be looking for Julian Love. If I was looking for Julian Love, I would have sent the same tweet. Julian Love's locker is empty. You won't be here.
There's no tension with Julian Love. Why would you look for his locker? There's clearly something going on with Kenny Galladay, though. He's
that's the story. Absolutely.
So that's the story. As I had tweeted before the game, and I wish I had written it last week. This is part of the information game we play. As I tweeted like 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning I was told early last week that Kadarius was going to play much more at the expense of Kenny Galladay's snaps. And then Kadarius showed up on the injury list with a hamstring, and the person who had told me that on Tuesday, I went back to, I said, does that change it? And he said, I don't know, it could muddy the waters. So I didn't really, I kind of hedged my bets and just tweeted it and said it could happen. And then lo and behold, it did exactly what I was told on Tuesday happened, as Kenny's role was minimized. So yeah, I mean, going into the locker room, I was like, this is a big story because he wasn't hurt. This is something they decided on Tuesday. And then Dave's actually said in his post-game press conference that he had told Kenny during the middle of the week, we're going to go with Sills. So yeah, I mean, it was
honest. He was honest.
Yeah. and I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for kind of wrapping that up.
Clear the air.
Clearing the air, letting the people know. So, guys, you heard it here first from Mr. Ryan Dunleavy, man. Leave him alone. All right? Leave him alone.
He's a good man.
It's done now. It's buried here. We can move on. All right? So Ryan, I'm going to say this, man. And I gave you a little bit of a teaser here. If the Giants win, I will. So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to get your thoughts. If the Giants win, Ryan will finish the sentence. If you can.
I was thinking about it. Well, you guys got ideas? What do other people say? Give me an idea.
We've had a wide range of things from push-ups to drinking 21 beers to walking into Lowe's with a chef. You use your imagination.
I mean, I can give an easy one where he could just like, we'll do a show after that win, and he has to like quote tweet the show and say it's the best podcast out there.
Absolutely, I could easily do that for you guys. That's no
awesome. So you know what? Let's do that. How's that sound? Or you want to go a little bit and raise the bar a little bit? What you want to do, Ryan?
We'll go with that. And if I got something better for you, I'll quote tweet it over you later in the week.
Okay.
Let's go.
If I get something better, I'll quote tweet the episode with my new response. I gotta think. I would donate something
Sleep on it.
I could donate to a charity if you guys want, or I could, obviously I can't do anything that celebrates a Giants win in my in my impartial role. But I can certainly, as everybody, if you've listened to Jordan Renan's ESPN podcast, you know that I am I take a lot of pride in being a weirdo who has never. I don't eat any vegetables. I haven't watched most movies. There's a ton. I've never had lettuce in my life. How about that, guys? If the Giants win,
eat some lettuce?
There you go. If the Giants win, I will eat lettuce. There you go.
Done.
How about that?
Wow, that is big news.
That's huge. Okay. You guys heard it here first. If the Giants win, he will try lettuce for the first time. I think that's a dang good one. Let's do it. Round of applause. So, and one more before you go. Just a prediction, quick prediction, and we'll get you out of here. Yes. What's your prediction for the Monday night game?
I think the Giants win 21-14.
Boom.
Round of applause.
Boom, boom,
round of applause.
Very close to Eli's prediction, right?
Exactly. And guys, thank you so much, Ryan. I appreciate you coming, man. Thank you so much for spending your time. And thank you, Mrs. Dunleavy.
Yes.
No hey, guys, I got off the phone about 2 hours ago with Jason Garrett. So you'll be hearing from Jason Garrett later in this week, too.
Yes.
Let's go. Please let us know. Let us know. We got to retweet that and, of course, support it, man. I definitely will. And thank you so much, man, for spending your time, man. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys. Let me see if either of these women ends up with their soulmate. I'll see you guys.
I'll see you, brother. Take care. And guys, that was Mr. Ryan Dunleavy. You heard it here first, man. Only the Revival guys bring you these exclusive stories. It's great stuff, man. And guys,
cleared.
The air is cleared, man. Leave Mr. Ryan Dunleavy alone, man. He's a great guy. There's another guy you can attack, but we won't say it on here, right? Because he might end up on the show too and clear the air as well. But guys, we're gonna wrap this up here, man. And we just want to thank you guys for spending this wonderful Tuesday night with us. Thank you to our special guest Ryan Dunleavy. And guys, you already know the vibes, man. Wipe that stadium out for Monday. Yeah, you got something, Speak?
We didn't talk about what we were gonna do if the Giants win.
Oh,
what are we gonna do?
I don't have shit. I'm still catching up from the last one.
Yeah. So first of all, I gotta push out my push-ups by Thursday. I'll get it to you guys by Thursday. But if the Giants win, you guys like we're going. Who's ordering first at the table? You guys think about it. I know my order. Okay. I'm going to have a mustache, a nice little mustache for a week.
Oh.
I'm gonna go. No, maybe 2 weeks. I'll go it out for 2 weeks.
You got to grow for a while.
Yeah. And then chop off the rest for a little bit. But
okay.
My wife's gonna. I'm not gonna have any sex for 2 weeks either. But I'm going for it. We're going for 3-0. Sorry,
I got something even better. But I think all of us should do it. I think we all have to eat a spicy chip if the Giants win. I mean, you got to go big, like a ghost pepper chip.
Bring me some spice. Oh, ghost pepper.
We'll talk about that off.
Hey, no. Listen, Eli, that's you.
I do want to say, I'm still thinking. Yeah, that's you, Eli.
Can I do a Takis instead? Because I'm not good with spices. I'll eat Takis. All right, I'll take a Takis on air.
This feels a lot like
half a bag. Speed, what, you trying to kill me?
Okay, we want more than
Can
one.
I get 4?
Yeah, I'm with.
Thank you.
I'm with this guy here. This is we're talking about beating Dallas at home. And you're gonna eat a potato chip. You're gonna eat a fucking potato chip.
All right, I'll think of something. cool. You already got me to rhyme, for goodness sake. That was like twisting an arm.
Was it? You're fucking good.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Jalapeno, there's some.
We'll get back to you guys on this, man. How about that?
We are gonna have to follow up on this. But I will say, this was a pure coincidence. We all wore red tonight, and we're not in a gang. We did it because we're going for blood Monday night.
Let's go.
Right?
Damn right.
You think they'll ever bring back the red jerseys, the all reds?
I hope, man.
I mean, that was
I hope. I loved it.
We always lost them, but I'll be interested. Hey, shout out. Let's go. We want 3-0. We're going to talk about our and also shout out to our followers. Bring all you can for the challenge here. Like, do your thing on video.
Get in on
and
it.
We'll shout you guys out. You know, if the Giants win challenge, bring your craziest shit, man. Come on, let's have fun with this.
Listen, if the Giants win challenge, guys, the best challenge is going to get this Lawrence Tynes picture. Come on, guys. Come on.
Let's go.
Come on.
I like
dress
it.
up as Stone Cold or something. That's freaking great.
Cold. Yes, I like that.
Bash it.
Let's do it. Bash it and go nuts in your yard. But, guys, put it over the top, man. Let's make this challenge go viral, man. Only you guys can help us do that, and we're having some fun with this. It's great seeing this, especially with the winning season.
ITGW, let's go.
Add us on Twitter with that hashtag for the challenge, and the best one, we will do the challenge, and they get a signed picture. Bam.
Let's go.
Bam.
Let's go. Come on now.
And, guys, we'll wrap this up tonight, man. Of course, once again, thank you for spending your Tuesday nights on behalf of Mr. Glass Half Full. Speed, if you nasty now.
And you is nasty, Speed.
You is nasty. 21 fucking beers. Good Lord. And on behalf of Mr. White Jersey, a.k.a. Blue Jersey, a.k.a. El Shefe, a.k.a. Damn it, Daniel. We still got Damn It, Daniel, because he released that picture. We still got Damn It, Daniel, because he should have hit that. Anyway, that's another story. I'm sorry. Mr. El Jefe, man. And this is your boy, Eli Rax, a.k.a. Vibes. And thank you. Welcome. And I don't know. Let's end the show.
Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah. We love you.
We love you guys. Have a good night.
Music, baby.